Today we're going to talk market support for XLM. I've got a couple charts to show you along with a narrative that explains the situation perfectly. A lot of people out there are trying to convince me that XLM can moon and it's gonna happen. People are being quiet, things are happening in the background. But let me show you a few stats on how the market is reacting price-wise. Again, this is not my take on it, this is the reflection of the market. All right, I have XRP up on the screen. And you can see XRP has had two significant pops. One right here in September, October regarding summary judgment, and another one here in March of this year when the Asian exchanges started pumping XRP to the moon, all right? Now let's switch on over to the XLM chart. You can see those movements are nowhere near as clear. And in fact, XLM has not had the same big pops, big in quotes, as XRP, all right? So think about this. XRP pops on court case information, all right? So something negative that maybe goes their way, they pop on. XLM, lots of news. Partnerships, integration, stuff like that, but the price isn't moving. So what's really moving the price of crypto? It's not the projects. Because if the projects were doing it, then I would have to tell you, you know what, their projects all suck because it's not moving the price. What we're noticing is the communities are moving the price, right? The community jumped on this summary judgment news right here. The community jumped on the Asian markets popping up the price for XRP. But the XLM community is not big enough to do it. In fact, if we go to XLM, you can see that right now, they're ranked 26th in market cap. So over the last several years, XLM has been sliding lower and lower and lower, while other projects are gaining more market cap, more oomph, more momentum, more community support. And again, crypto is not moving because of the announcements and partnerships. Crypto is moving based on community. It's definitely not based on partnership performance. Talk about Coin, talk about Doge, SHIB, all those. But look at all these right now that are ahead of Stellar market cap. Monero, OKB, Cosmos, Uniswap, Leo, Chainlink, Wrap, Bitcoin, DAI, Avalanche, Shiba Inu, Binance, blah, blah. You get my point. All right, I'm going to show you another chart here that's going to open your eyes. This is since the FTX time frame, okay? Think of crypto as a risky asset and think of people with money. Where do they put their money in terms of risk, right? Bitcoin is in blue, Stellar isn't in red. Since FTX, Bitcoin has come back 63%, while XLM has stayed sideways. I want you, what big news has come out regarding Bitcoin? What big news has come out regarding Stellar XLM? Well, plenty actually, right? You got UNHCR stuff. You've got their Franklin Templeton program. A lot of stuff, right? Stellar has done quite a few things, you know, helping the and underbanked. But it's not helping the price. In fact, if we jump to the chart of XLM, you can see the volume over here on the left, right? 2022 to 2023, next to nothing. There is next to no volume right now happening for Stellar. 51 million, 37, 39. Now let's scroll back about a year. 420 million, 308 million, 183, 453. See what I mean? So the volume is way down. So it's not the partnerships that moves the price. So when we look at this chart and remove all emotions, you can see that Bitcoin is moving while XLM hasn't. Think of all the people that have put money into XLM going, oh yeah, we're gonna moon, we're gonna moon, we're gonna moon, we're gonna moon. Meanwhile, the people that put their money in Bitcoin are like, we don't need to moon, we just made 63%. Holy crap, how happy would you be over the last 6 months if you made 63% versus going sideways? Think of the risk story that this is telling us. Traders, people in the know, people that buy, sell, right, because this is supply and demand, are saying, hey, we want Bitcoin. There is a demand for Bitcoin. So obvious that it propelled the price up 63%. Now, there's going to be some of you out there in the comments who are like, yo, bro, this is all happening in the background in the sidelines. No. What's happening in the background and the sidelines has nothing to do with the price. It's the community moving this stuff. Think of all those news events with Stellar and XLM. None of them have caused the price to move. MoneyGram, which was amazing with Rails, right? UNHCR, which is great for people. I mean, there's all these programs up, but it has zero effect. Go to Bitcoin, and again, you can see Bitcoin is popping. People consider Bitcoin way, way, way less risky than XLM. In fact, people are pricing XLM right now as bad as things were during the crash of FTX. And I want you to think of how bad that crash was, how scary things were, all the defaults that people worried about. We had banks falling, we had exchanges falling, we had companies just completely rugging. It was a mess around FTX time. And Stellar is that exact same price. So according to people that buy and sell XLM, the traders, right? Because it's not Stellar driving the price, it's the market. You can see that there has been no love for XLM. So if you've been waiting for that move, you're going to keep waiting. Why? Because the money and volume is flowing into Bitcoin, and it's flowing into other things that have pops that you can trade on. No one right now is utilizing hodl mode like they used to because they're just trading the swings because the economic activity is bad. So if the traders, investors, and community are the ones responsible for propping up the price, then that tells us that Stellar is losing that community, losing the support from investors. And remember, Stellar has to dump almost another 4 billion or something like that in circulating supply. Who's going to want that as the volume shrinks more and more and more? People are moving to assets that actually do something. I'm not the biggest Bitcoin fan out there, but I understand it. You can't shut it down because there's no government agency to go after them. There's no corporate leadership. There's no centralization. And recently, Gary Gensler said, you know what? Even if a company says that their mission out there is to help the and underbanked, there's still a centralized security. That's keeping investors away. So when you go to the chart of Bitcoin versus XLM, you can see that the idea that Bitcoin is way more decentralized, has a bigger community, has a lot more action for it. That's why it's moving the price back. But XLM right now still priced as bad as things were during FTX time. Tell me, please tell me how in the comments that's a good thing. Stellar has slipped down in market cap. Volume is basically next to nothing. People are flocking away from it and going to other assets that are making them money. It's the communities that are pumping this stuff up, not the news. And remember too, Stellar is also the one that has massive scams on their chain, which is starting to really piss off the community. Again, the community moves price, and right now, what does the Stellar community have? Hopium?